So, OLAP, or Online Analytical Processing, is a method to analyze multidimensional data from many different perspectives, enabling users to identify issues and opportunities as well as perform trend analysis. Databases built to support OLAP processing consists of data cubes that contain numeric facts called measures, which are characterized by dimensions, ipakita ni niya, such as time and geography. So, and further thing about OLAP is that the key to the quick responsive of OLAP processing is the pre-aggregation of detailed data into useful data summaries in anticipation of questions that might be raised. So, ang kaning kuanday OLAP di ay kay pwede ni siya gamiton as a way OLAP and data cubes in general can be used as a way nga maka-answer ka o pwede possible nga mga answers to queries. Now, OLAP. In the retail industry, OLAP is used to help firms to predict better customer demand and maximize sales. Starbucks employs 149,000 workers in 10,000 retail stores in the United States. The firm built out data warehouse to hold 70 terabytes of point of sale and customer loyalty data. This data is compressed into data cubes of summarized data to enable users to perform OLAP analysis of store level sales and operational data. So di ba na to ang term nga data cubes. So ipakita ni siya ang data cubes because this is a very important nga part sa OLAP. Data cubes. Now, karon kay nagstorya na po tag data cubes, mutakol na tag data cubes. Data cubes, in order to summarize data cubes, mugamit og example. A simple example would be a data cube that contains the unit sales of a specific product as a measure, and this value would be displayed along the metric dimension axis shown. Muna ang metric dimension dara na mo ibutang ang katong unit sales. The time dimension might be a specific day, for example, September 30, 2018, or pwede po siya by hour, depende kung saan mo pagkuhan, pero like i-by hour na to, layo na po na siya ng data cube. Whereas the geography dimension might define a specific store, for example, Kroger's at Cincinnati, Ohio Community of Hyde Park. Specific good siya nga pang geographical dimension, geographical data, location. Now, data cubes can be built to summarize unit sales of a specific item on a specific day for a specific store. Kailangan i-specify gini siya taman. In addition, the detailed store level data may be summarized to create data cubes that show unit sales for a specific item on a specific day for all stores in each major market, for all stores within the United States, or for all stores within North America. See, it's all about summarization. Basically, munang buhatan sa data cubes. And additional notes. Take note lang. In a similar fashion, data cubes can be built in anticipation of queries seeking information of unit sales on a given day, week, month, or fiscal quarter. Mo niya akong gisalti paganihan na nga pwede siya gamitan ng data cubes as a way to possible answer siya seeking information for future queries, future and present queries. It is important to note that if the data within a data cube has been summarized at a given level, for example, unit sales by day, by store, it is not possible to use data cube to answer questions at a more detailed level, such as what were the unit sales of this item by hours on a given day. The thing is, if data cubes can only be used for one specific thing, like for example, there is a note, unit sales by day, na gani ang focus anang data cube, kanaragid siya. Data cubes need not to be restricted to just 3 dimensions. Most OLAP systems can be built with data cubes with many more dimensions. So, pwede nga, aside from katong aside from kaning the metric dimension axis, the time dimension axis, o kaning geographic dimension axis. Mo man ang three main no. Sa pwede po ang ubang mga business firms mo gamit po sila og kuan more than 3. In the business world, data cubes are often constructed with many dimensions, but users typically look at just 3 at a time. So mo nang kuan na siya, mo nang ang core niya is katong time, geographical axis, and katong metrics. That's all for all. Let's tackle about the drill down analysis. So, once man din drill down analysis. Drill down analysis is a powerful tool that enables decision makers to gain insight into the details of business data to better understand why something happens. Like the interactive examination of high-level summary data in increasing detail to gain insight into certain elements, sort of like slowly peeling off layers of an onion. So that's basically drill down analysis, no? Like for example, kabatay mo kanang napo diri sa PPT, mako nimo nga moron magpilo off ka every time nga imong panitan ang kanang kun siya bumbay na napalaing nga layer. Exactly that. Muna ang drill down analysis, basically you dig down, mag-analyze ka, and then for further information mo drill down na pagka investigate. That's exactly how it works. Now, for example, in reviewing the worldwide sales for the past quarter, the Vice President of Sales might want to drill down to view the sales for each country. Now, further drilling, next step, which is step 2, or kanang kon siya layer 2. Further drilling could be done to view the sales for a specific country, say Germany, for the last quarter na. Diba? Mo kana siya no, mo specify na siya sa next layer, and then mo aside from sa mo specify mo ano po siya, like na siya focus information, additional information nga pwede magamit. So the third level of drill down analysis, if willing ka mo dig down pa, mo layer up pa, or mo layer down. The third level of drill down analysis could be done to see the sales for a specific country for a specific month of the quarter. Now, for example, say Germany for the month of September. Diba? Na pag kon rabaya ang diri sa first step kay mag-review siya worldwide sales for the past quarter. So basically like kanang kon siya one is siya specifics. So igibutan ta ng general ra siya ang first layer. Second layer is nagpili ta og specified siyang specific location, for example katong Germany. And then the third level is nag-add na pud ta og time. Now, the last level, another is example, the fourth level of analysis could be accomplished by drilling down to sales by product line for a particular country, by month. For example, each product line sold in Germany for the past month of September. O, diba? It gets complicated, but more, analyze it more, get siya, information. It's basically drill down analysis, like so that's basically drill down analysis. In summary, you just basically like investigate and then investigate for specifics, at least from what I understand. Now, the last topic I am going to discuss is going to be linear regression. Linear regression. So, magkuha sa tag-background na sa PPT. So, linear regression. Magkuha sa background. Linear regression is a mathematical procedure to predict the value of a dependent variable based on a single independent variable and the linear relationship between the two. So, like, magkuha ka ba, i-correlate nimo sila duha. Ang dependent variable nimo o ang independent variable nimo. And this is gonna involve some graphing and na formula ani nga kailangan mo sa bulok if you happen sa exam. And it's mathematical. Now there are some things that should be noted about linear regression. Linear regression consists of finding the best fitting straight line through a set of observations of the dependent and independent variables. By far, the most commonly used measure for the best fitting line is the line that minimizes the sum of the squared errors of prediction. I do not understand this. Linear regression does not mean that one variable causes the other. It simply says that when one value goes up, the other variable also increases or decreases proportionally. Now, see, this is like cause and effect, no? Ang linear regression, that the way it does ang mga calculations is it affects the other. That's the regression line. Kani sa muni ang regression line, makita man ang graph, makita man ang graph, that's the regression line, kanang straight na line. Now, this best fitting line is called the regression line. The regression line can be written as y is equals to a plus b multiplied by x plus e. I don't know what e is. In this equation, the following are true. X is the value of the independent variable that is observed. So, si x atong independent variable mo ni siya atong a times ni b. Now, y is the value of the dependent variable that is being predicted. So, si y ang gipangita. A is the value of y when x is 0 or the y-intercept. B is the slope of the regression line. So, B, ang pangitawan pagigdahin mo ang slope there. B is the slope of the regression line. So, tas mo siya ang imong A times sa independent variable naman, which is x. Now, E, ano what E is? E is the error in predicting the value of y given a value of x. So, mo niya katong kwanto squared errors, I think. Now, the following key assumptions must be satisfied when using linear regression on a set of data. A linear relationship between the independent x and independent y. Mo niya akong ikonong i-correlate na mo sila, kailangan nato sila relationship. They have to be a straight line. That's basically the regression line. Or something like that. Errors in the prediction of the value of y are distributed in a manner that approaches the normal distribution curve. And lastly, errors in the prediction of the value of y are all independent of one another. Yan sila, no? They're all independent, dili na sila magsalig sa one. Yeah. And yeah. So that's basically all for linear regression. Thank you.